Hey, today I'm talking about 3 movies featuring 3 actors that I had seen 3 times so far this year, but now I've seen 4 times so far this year. And the names of those 3 films are Fanny, Notting Hill, and Big Night. First up is Fanny. This is a 1961 film featuring love of my life, Leslie Caron, and it's amazing. I'm kind of blown away by how much I love this movie. So the basic premise is really good. It's essentially, there is this young boy, 19, who is torn between 2 things. There is the girl next door who he's loved his entire life and loves him back, but he knows that if he were to marry her, he would then, inherit his father's shop and then be stuck in this stupid town for the rest of his life. And even though he would be with the love of his life, he would potentially grow to resent her because she's the reason he's stuck in this shithole. Or his other love, exploration/sailing. He really wants to be a seaman on the open seas and just explore the world and all its wonders. So does he follow his passions and explore the world and give up the girl of his dreams? Or does he give up his passions to be with the girl of his dreams? What is he to do? And the answer comes pretty quickly too, which is great. There is so much to this movie. I am really impressed with not only the kind of complicated real life questions that are asked, but then how this story chose to answer those questions with even more complex things. There's just wrinkles upon wrinkles. It's like 100-year-old man. It's just all wrinkles, and it's great. The story is so good. The performances are solid. It's acted very well. The cinematography is great. The sound design's great. Oh, the music's wonderful. But really what truly elevates this movie is that story. It's such a good, chewy story. It's just something to sit and ponder on, because these are really good, I don't know if moral dilemmas is the best way to describe it, but just dilemmas. It's just really good dilemmas for these characters to be in. And it's there's not a clear right and wrong answer. And even once they do choose and go down a path, it's still not clear if that was the correct choice or not, which is just so great. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this movie and definitely, without a doubt, recommend it. You're in for a really, really good time. Next up is Notting Hill. This is a 1999 film starring Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts, and it's great. It's basically 2 hours of Hugh Grant being his adorable, awkward, stuttering British self, and it's a lovely time. The basic premise is Hugh Grant owns a travel bookstore, and one day, a beautiful celebrity walks into his door, and he kind of fumbly flirts with her, but nothing happens, and that's the end of that. But then, wouldn't you know it, they have a second meet-cute, and it's adorable. And then from there, romantic stuff happens. And it's just nice. It's so pleasant and fun and cute. I will say I wasn't huge into Julia Roberts' character for a while, but then I kind of figured out, I realized what she was doing, and then she did kind of more open up as the story went on, which was nice. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. It's just a really cute, really adorable movie. You want a good, fun, cute rom-com? This is a good, fun, cute rom-com. I will say though that in the IMDb trivia, I read that apparently in the original script actually had more of a love triangle thing, and that would have been a better story, a much better story. I say that this was a really good movie though. It's a really liked. I did really enjoy the actual end product, but I do think that the love triangle aspect in the original idea, if true, would have been a better story, but who knows. And lastly is Big Night. This is a 1996 film co-written and co-directed by Stanley Tucci. He also stars in it, and it also is led by Wisconsin's own Tony Shalhoub. And it's pretty good. The basic premise is Stanley Tucci and Tony Shalhoub are 2 Italian immigrants who came to America to start their own Italian restaurant, but unfortunately things haven't been going well for them financially. And now they're gonna try to turn it around with one big night. I want to start off by saying that I kind of set myself up for failure with this movie. I started the film not realizing how exhausted I was, so after half an hour I had to stop it to take like an hour-long nap, like a 2-hour-long nap. And that really killed the momentum of the movie, unfortunately. So like, it's definitely not the movie's fault that I was falling asleep. So I would like to watch this movie again at some point to give it another shot, because I do believe I messed up. That being said, it was fine. I definitely enjoyed it. It was a good, interesting story, and it was definitely acted well. I loved all of the main actors. I do think though, it gave me strong like stage play vibes, especially like in the beginning, like that first scene, I was just like, this feels like a stage play. So I almost wonder if this would have worked better as a play. Like they do decent cinematography, but I don't know if this was the correct medium for this. I would still totally recommend it though. Definitely if you're intrigued, if you're a fan of either of those actors, which you totally should be, or if you're a fan of food films. It's also set in the 50s, so that's fun. So yeah, it's definitely good. I quite enjoyed it, and I do want to give it a rewatch because it potentially will go up. Alrighty, now for today's rankings. First up, we got Fanny sitting at number 17 in the really like section. And then after that is Notting Hill sitting at number 56, also in the really like section. It does seem a long ways down, and that's because it is. But the really like section is really big, so. And then bringing up the rear is Big Night, sitting at number 143 in the quite like section. And this is out of a total of 276 old movies so far this year.